parks, recreational areas, and tourist destinations anywhere in the world will no longer be safe for you. Do you see that as a real threat?
As you can see, guys, things are getting really serious right now between tensions between the US and Iran and Israel. Iranians just issued out a statement, an eye for an eye. And they were talking that they're going to be targeting now recreational centers, parks, tourist attractions. But it's still not clear if it's going to happen here in the US or if it's going to be abroad. But we still have to keep our eyes open, guys, because tensions is really getting hot. And those threats really just came in after Donald Trump just issued this warning. And he's giving them, from this time right now, about 48 hours to open up the Hormuz Strait, or he said he is going to obliterate, okay, yeah, I heard that word, obliterate their nuclear sites.
Trump warning Iran to fully reopen the Strait of Hormuz, or the U.S. will obliterate Iran's power plants, giving them 48 hours before strikes would start. Chief foreign correspondent Trey Yates is live in Tel Aviv with more. Trey.
Yeah, hey, Peter, good morning. As Operation Epic Fury continues into week 4, President Trump is issuing a new warning to the Iranian regime. Overnight, he took to Truth Social to say, quote, if Iran doesn't fully open without threat the Strait of Hormuz within 48 hours from this exact point in time, the United States of America will hit and obliterate their various power plants, starting with the biggest one first. Thank you for your attention to this matter. The president talking about this critical waterway that has been frozen as a result of Iranian threats against shipping vessels. Today, I asked Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu about the president's statement.
Overnight, President Trump said that if in 48 hours the Iranians don't open the Strait of Hormuz, that there will be strikes against the power grids in Iran. Will you participate in those strikes, and what do you think should happen next in this campaign?
I think President Trump knows exactly what he's doing.
So as you just heard in that video, President Trump is now giving Iran 48 hours to reopen the Hormuz Strait. And I made a video last week, and I'm gonna put the link to it up here. You guys could check it up when you're done with this video, that President Trump was talking about how he's giving it about 2 weeks for the war to end. But the way he's speaking, I don't know if he was speaking about a peaceful end to the war, or if he's gonna end it by force. But as you can see from that last video, he is strictly speaking about force right now, and he's making these threats, and the Iranians are not taking these threats lightly. So we know that according to scripture, these people cannot be bought, they cannot be sold, you cannot bribe them. So, you know, the way they're talking about hitting major attractions, hitting tourist sites, parks, recreational centers. At this point in time, they have not made it clear if they were speaking about them targeting sites here in the US, or was it abroad like Saudi Arabia, Dubai, you know, things of that nature where the US also make money off of those places too, especially in Israel as well too. But even if it's not clear that they were referring to here in the United States, I wouldn't rule that out as a possibility. So guys, I'm putting out this video just for awareness, so you guys could be aware. If you live in major cities, if you are in a major city, like how you see me in a major city right now, I'm in the heart of Midtown Manhattan right now. But if you are in a major city, guys, you got to be very careful. Have a plan, have a different forms of exit if need be, because there's no telling. And at this point in time too, there's no telling if that statement was actually true. So, you know, we're hearing it from one side, but we're not hearing it from the other side. So we got to pay attention to that as well too. We also have to understand that this could also be a false flag as well too. So we're not too sure. The United States could have issued that statement as if they were Iran, and, you know, anything could go down, and that could give them right to go into Iran and to finish, or quote unquote finish, this war that President Trump said that he was going to finish in about 2 weeks.
I think that this war in Iran will be very similar to the war in Ukraine, meaning that this will be drawn out be a war of attrition. Neither side will concede defeat, even though it is in their best interest to reach a ceasefire. And this will have dramatic consequences on the global economy. And this war could drag on for years and years. Already we're seeing major repercussions on the global economy in that flights are being canceled. In Southeast Asia, they ran out of fuel, so they're asking people to stay at home. And in a few more months, experts are predicting a food shortage, meaning that nations will be forced into food rationing.
So guys, as you can see, this war is not a war that's going to end overnight. Many are saying, and like you just seen in this video, that this war could drag on for years and years. So we may be in this thing for a little while. It's not going to be possible to just go back to a ceasefire or let's sit at the table and have peace talks. And the impact that this war is going to have on us here in the U.S., stuff like higher gas prices, we spoke about that already, a food shortage. You guys got to understand that Iran is playing a strategic war right now, right? Hitting us financially, hitting us where it hurts. Maybe could be an engineered famine as well too. But we were warned about these things. Matthew 24 told us that what? There shall be famines and earthquakes in diverse places. So this is not stuff that we're new to. We're just living it out right now. Donald Trump telling Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz is for this very reason, because of the coming food shortage that will happen, because you got to understand a lot of things pass through that strait, right? Of course, I believe it's like 20% of all of the world's oil goes through that strait, but other things as well too, because a lot of people don't understand this or don't even notice that the U.S. don't manufacture anything. Everything is imported, right? Everything is imported into the United States. So it won't be long until we start seeing stuff like food shortages, gas shortages. Many countries, and especially the U.S., might start rationing due to the lack of imports. So guys, we have to be on watch. We have to be on watch. You have to make a plan. And I keep constantly telling you guys, always make a plan. Have a plan for you and your family. And I've said this before, everybody should have at least 3 to 6 months worth of food and water stored in your homes, right? If you don't have the space, try to do it little by little. It's not that hard. Some people may say, I don't have the money. Every time you go do groceries, buy a little more, buy 2 more cans of whatever it is that you buy extra, right? And put that aside for a rainy day. It was stated in the video earlier, Donald Trump is giving Iran 48 hours. So by the time you guys see this video, it may be about 24 hours before he makes a decision. So we're going to watch this thing closely. And I'm gonna try to update you guys if they do go in and drop or go in, as he said, obliterate their nuclear sites. And if that happens, Iran has already said an eye for an eye, and they will be targeting major cities, major attractions, major tourist sites. But it's like I said, it's still not clear if they were targeting places here in the U.S. But with that being said, guys, continue to watch and pray always. And I'm going to try to update you guys with any latest news concerning these tensions and like I said, that this last threat was a big one. So we're going to see how this thing plays out. And I'll definitely catch you guys on the next one.